Do you ever wonder why people do what you want without you even asking? How can a simple conversation make someone bend to your will? What if the secret lies in understanding the way the human mind works at its deepest level? You're about to discover the psychological triggers that have the power to make people obey without them ever realizing it. Triggers that, once activated, can change the way others perceive you. And the best part? You don't have to force them. You simply need to know how to pull the right strings. The question is, are you ready to take control? By the end of this video, you will start noticing how often you are being controlled. And once you see it, you can't unsee it.
We live in a world where influence is everywhere. People try to sell you ideas, convince you to buy products, or even change your mind about what you believe. But have you ever stopped to think about what's actually happening beneath the surface? What if control isn't about loud demands or forceful persuasion? What if it's the subtle, invisible forces that shape our actions? Most people believe influence is about being charming or charismatic, but real control doesn't come from words alone. It comes from understanding the underlying psychological triggers that make people move in the direction you want. It's deeper, it's darker. And once you master these triggers, you won't have to manipulate anyone. They'll just do what you want without even realizing it. Now, let's take a step inside the mind. Let's uncover the 7 psychological triggers that have the power to bend others to your will. Scarcity. One of the most primal triggers hidden in our psychology. When something is limited, it becomes valuable. We want it more. And when people feel something is slipping away, they'll do anything to keep it. Imagine you're in a store. You see a sign, limited edition, only 5 left. Suddenly, your mind races. You weren't planning on buying it, but now you can't help yourself. You want it, don't you? Scarcity taps into a fear of missing out. This fear drives action. People will fight for what they believe they could lose. It's in our DNA. We crave the rare, the unique. The more exclusive it feels, the more desperate we become to possess it. And here's the truth. When people feel scarcity, they become irrational. They stop thinking logically. Instead, they are driven by the fear of never getting it again. It's a powerful force, one that you can trigger whenever you need to sway someone's decision. Authority is not just about power, it's about perception. When someone appears as an expert, you trust them. You listen to them. You follow them. This is the power of perceived authority. Whether it's a doctor, a professor, or a seasoned professional, authority speaks louder than facts. We tend to assume that people in power have answers. We want to follow them because we believe they know the way. Think about it. How often do you blindly listen to someone with a uniform, a title, or an official position? The more someone appears as an authority, the less we question them. This works in the workplace, in relationships, and even in politics. The moment you assume the role of an expert, you position yourself as someone others must listen to. It's not always about knowing the most. It's about being perceived as knowing the most. And once you've established authority in someone's mind, they will trust your guidance without question. Humans are social creatures.
We look to others for direction. And when we see other people doing something, we believe it must be the right thing to do. This is social proof, our tendency to conform to the behavior of others. Think about this. Why do you think everyone gathers around a popular restaurant? Or why do you feel compelled to like a post because everyone else is doing it? It's because we are wired to seek validation from others. When a group endorses something, we naturally believe it's the correct choice. We don't want to feel isolated or left behind, so we follow. If you want someone to do what you want, show them that others are already doing it. Lead with the crowd, and they'll follow. This is why influencer marketing works so well. People trust what others are doing. When others take action, it validates their choice. And when you leverage this effect, you guide people toward doing exactly what you desire. Reciprocity. It's a simple rule, but it's a powerful one. When someone does something for us, we feel obligated to return the favor. It's a social contract we all live by, even when we don't want to. Imagine this. A stranger buys you a coffee. It's a simple gesture, but now you feel this unspoken pressure to return the favor. You might not even know why, but you'll feel compelled to do something nice for them. This is reciprocity in action. When you give, you create a psychological debt. People will almost always want to repay you, even if it's in a way you never expect. And this is a tool you can wield. Offer someone something valuable, a compliment, a small favor or attention, and they will naturally feel a desire to return it. This powerful cycle of giving and receiving forms the foundation of influence.
We all want to be seen as consistent. We don't like to appear contradictory or unpredictable. It's why we cling to our promises and commitments, even when they no longer serve us. This need for consistency is one of the most powerful psychological triggers you can exploit. Once someone commits to something, no matter how small, they are more likely to follow through, even if it's to their detriment. Think about the last time you signed a petition or agreed to help someone. Chances are you felt a strong pull to honor that commitment, even when circumstances changed. This is the principle of consistency in action. Once a person commits, they begin to view themselves as someone who keeps their word. If you can get someone to commit publicly, or even in small ways, you can nudge them to follow through with bigger actions later. It's not about logic, it's about self-image. People will act in a way that aligns with their previous choices, even if they don't know why.
Fear is an ancient emotion. It keeps us alive. It pushes us to act, to survive, to escape. And it's one of the most powerful tools in the psychological toolbox. Fear doesn't just protect us from physical danger. It also controls our behavior in everyday life. When you introduce fear into a situation, it activates a primal response, and that response compels action. Fear of loss, fear of failure, fear of the unknown. These fears are often more potent than rational thought. They prompt people to act quickly and without question. By creating a sense of urgency or danger, you can make people do things they would never consider in a calm state. Fear is a tool, but use it wisely, because once someone acts out of fear, they are less likely to stop and think.
Mystery is seductive. It draws people in. It keeps them guessing, yearning to understand more. People are naturally curious. When something is left unsaid, it creates an irresistible urge to figure it out. This is the power of mystery. When you leave gaps in information, when you create uncertainty, people will fill in the blanks. They will seek answers, and in that search, they will move closer to you. A mysterious aura makes you more intriguing. It increases your perceived value. People are drawn to those who are hard to read. It creates tension, and when you control that tension, you control their focus. Use mystery to keep others intrigued. Don't reveal everything at once. Make them want to know more. And when they want to know more, they will come to you. They will follow you. In the end, it's not about forcing people to do what you want. It's about understanding the triggers that exist within every human mind. It's about mastering the art of influence. And once you understand these psychological forces, you won't have to manipulate. You will simply know how to guide. These triggers are timeless. They work because they speak to something deeper in us, something that lies beneath the surface. You don't need to shout. You don't need to demand. You simply need to know the dance. And when you do, you will never have to beg for what you want again. If you've learned something new today, I invite you to reflect. Look around you. Notice how these triggers play out in the world. You have the power to influence. Now the question is, how will you use it? If you enjoyed this, subscribe, because the journey into the depths of the human mind has only just begun.